welcome back to another episode of the Blue Honor Vlog. I'm Kay Williams, author of op-dec Operation Deceit, the World War II spy thriller inspired by film noir, Blue Honor, a Civil War drama, and the Trilogia trilogy, a dark fantasy paranormal tale. Today I'm going to go over a entry of the Open Book Blog Hop number 87 that I wrote back in April of 2017. So we have a year, 9 years and 1 month. Actually 3 months. That's incredible. A year and 3 months, right? July. I can't math, in case you noticed. Anyway, my favorite painting hasn't changed. In fact, I have a couple. One of my favorite paintings, of course, is Van Gogh's Starry Night. I love that. It comes in blues, and those tones are my absolute favorite, and I love the contrasting yellow that you'll see in it with the moon up there. And I find his work fascinating. I really do. I should probably read a little bit more about him. Normally, I tend to laud art that is like somebody photographed something before photographs were possible. Like, the skill that takes is incredible. You'll see the artists that do pencil drawings that look like a black and white photo, and they'll just floor you. Absolutely incredible. So back in the late 1800s, the 1880s, my artist in particular, William Adolphe Bouguereau, French painter, was painting his images. He's done a couple of self-portraits, and they look like photos of himself, which is incredible. He must have been using a mirror or something, right? I mean, that's usually what they do to paint themselves. And he painted so many gorgeous paintings. I can't even. They are just like lovely photographs, and some of them are fantasy. So my favorite in particular is called Evening Mood, and it is a nude, a woman. She's balanced on her tiptoe above a raucous sea, that green sea, with an evening purple sky, light blue, and a sliver of a moon. And around her is this bluish purple, like wrap, sheer wrap. And she's just there, in ecstasy. And it's gorgeous. She's balanced above the water on her tiptoe. And I mean, her breasts and everything, it is literally so detailed. It's like a photograph. I'm looking at it right now. It's so lovely. And I like him too, because a couple of his models actually, I've looked at them and they look like me as a teenager. And it was jarring to see that. And I'm like, I wonder, because when you do your DNA and stuff, I have a little bit of French. I'm like, could she be an ancestor? I'm like, that would be incredible. I'm sure there's a way to find out who the models were. They were girls at the time. Hopefully everything was copacetic there in this era of Epstein. Yikes. Of course, he did not paint them nude, except for, I believe it was Cupid and Psyche. She is very modestly portrayed with her little moth-like wings. Cupid is not so modestly portrayed. You do have to kind of put a leaf over him and his little angel wings and stuff. But they're so cute and sweet. They're just little babies. Please don't look at them like that. It's gross. But the level of detail in his paintings are incredible. And I do like Cupid and Psyche. I have the full print of it, and then I have like a little one that's up in my room currently. I put away the full print of it because I have nowhere to hang it in the house. And it can be a little jarring to people, you know. There's his is out. It's like, put leaf on that. But it is a beautiful piece. It is a gorgeous piece. And Evening Mood is my favorite from him. When I was in Ireland, I bought a print on canvas of The Seamstress, and I adore that. And actually, if you go into the article for, I think, what did I say? Number 87, Open Book Blog Hop, my favorite painting, it is called. Evening Mood. I'm sorry, it's called Evening Mood. And you scroll down, you will see a couple samples of those paintings where the young lady looks like me. There's one of the mother with Jesus, and one of the little angels who's kneeling toward the left of the throne. And she is mostly obscured except for the side shot of her face. And I do a closer image of it. And then the painting Aphrodite looks like she could be my mom. Actually, she doesn't look like my mom, but she looks like she should be my mom. I'll put it that way. And she has dark eyes and dark hair, like you know, my family does. I got blue eyes from my granddad on my dad's side, but everybody else has brown eyes, except for my uncle and my daughter and my cousin. So we all got the blue from that line, where everybody else is pretty dark. My mom has dark hair with hazel eyes. They're brown but have a lot of green in them, which I find interesting because my daughter's got blue eyes with green, and I have the blue-gray eyes. So you can see blue-gray. Anyway, so I talk a lot about his paintings through this article and how much I adore him. And yes, I still very much love Evening Mood. I can't get enough of her. I would love to have this print, actually. I would love to have a print of this, and I just have not done that. Dance Me to Eternity is another painting that I adore. I don't think I talk about that in here. Yeah, no, I don't talk about that in here. But I believe I've talked about it in other articles, so you might be able to look that up here. Dance Me to Eternity is I think that's the name of it. I would look it up if I weren't taping. Actually, let's key that in, see if we can find it. Dance Me to Eternity, to the End of Love is the song. It wants to bring that up. Dance to Me to the End of Love is actually the art print name, by Jack Vetriano. And I love that painting as well. That would probably be my number 2. That is a couple dancing on this flat plane that almost looks like ice or water. So you would imagine a wet beach. They're in evening wear. There's a muted sun and a fog above, and there's other couples in the distance dancing off into nothingness. It's blues. Obviously, I like the color blue. Contrasted with a little light, and some yellowish light up there. Her gown is a silvery white blue. The lady behind her is in blue. And then the one in the distance, you can see a little bit of red behind her partner. And it's male-female couples. So they're wearing tuxes, the men. There's a pinstripe down his leg in the front. I believe Jack was painting on the Riviera, but don't quote me on that. So, let's just keep going here. because this is all Dance Me to Eternity painting. Facts and history. Modern day masterpiece completed in 1998. Scottish-born painter. Creating realistic, beautiful people enjoying finer things. Painting follows suit. Oil on canvas, black and white, different hues of gray to evoke the night. Couples, black tuxedo, barely white gown. Yeah, they don't really talk about it. I don't know that I would just say gray. It's like a bluish tone, and she has yellow on her gown. It's interesting. The image that they chose does not look like the images that you see. Let's go to artsy. Oh, that's the same. It's not as clear. So if you click, you'll find other versions of this. Leonard Cohen wrote the song, by the way. So it changes depending on the print that you get. The colors can change, and that I find fascinating because it shouldn't change. Yeah, the one that I found that I believe is actually the painting. She has a red skirt with a white bolero. So that's fascinating. Anyway, I find it interesting that on the internet of all things, which one is the real painting? It's kind of hard. If you look at his other work, you'll see what I mean, why that doesn't jive. The style of that oil on the other one just does not make sense in contrast to the other paintings he's done. So, like the piece on the beach where the lady in the red dress is dancing with a young man, and the butler and maid are holding umbrellas. I like that one too. It's cute. His style is very realistic. Realistic oil. And the sample that they're showing in the other one just doesn't make sense for him. It was more impressionist, and the strokes were less clear and stuff. The brush strokes. Interesting. Anyway, Evening Mood remains my favorite still of the paintings that are out there by William Adolphe Bouguereau. I highly recommend him and his hyper-realistic oil works. And, go down that rabbit hole. And you can get started going to Evening Mood Open Book Blog Hop number 87 from April 3rd of 2017 right on my website. And I have lots of links for you. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Come back next time because I am going to talk about the things that I would love to learn and how to do. I don't know. There's so much. Has it changed? Have I accomplished anything? Because this is going to be from 2017. I had almost a decade. Let's see where we're at. Thank you.